quarterback. All right. Much love to Shador Sanders. Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord had one bad game. He had one bad game. And what I mean by that is like displaying the traits of a quarterback, the traits that I named earlier, right? That's it. But he has everything else. I mean, he's like 6'3", so if they got him listed as 6'3", he got to be a true 6'2", right? You know, and all these quarterbacks nowadays are athletic enough. This is the time of athletes, right? They no longer have the size, but they're all athletic. They're all athletic enough to run if need be, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that but these guys are labeled as pocket passers, but they're still athletic enough. Kyle McCord, and people have been buzzing about Kyle McCord, but Pitt put together an excellent game plan scheme against Kyle McCord. The way that Kyle McCord processes when he goes up to the line is at a good level. Kyle McCord displays the traits of being a good NFL quarterback. That's why I don't, is it a reach? If you're in the late rounds, the 20s, even if you're in the teens, if you need a quarterback, no, I don't think it is. These guys have that. Now rushing them into the situation sometimes just don't work. It just doesn't work out, and I think that's what that is like, okay, let's have these guys sit behind these guys. Because quiet as kept, the New York Giants, they went and got and it's not quiet. They went and got Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson. They could be looking at taking a Kyle McCord in this early second round. That wouldn't be a bad pick at all. You know what I mean? That would not be a bad pick at all. Kyle McCord would not be, because the one bad game he had, other than that, on point, fired, threw on time, can make all the throws, good arm. That's what making people question his decision making is that one game, that game against Pitt. Well, they came out with a great game plan. And see, that's the one thing that a lot of NFL defenses just don't do anymore. They don't come out with game plans. That's why Spags is so good at what he does in the Eagles. Those are two defenses. Pittsburgh Steelers always make the playoffs because we come out with a scheme on defense. We come out with game plans. A lot of teams don't come out with game plans on quarterbacks. They on teams, period. They just don't do it. And that's what separates to me from, and just, that's just one of the things to me when I look at football from my understanding and from, my looking at this from a cerebral standpoint. That's what I see. It just doesn't seem that way. Now, of course, they all have a game plan, but they're not. But Spags, he's playing chess out there. You know what I mean? When he calls that defense on the Chiefs, he's playing chess every single play. There is something to do. That's not like, okay, we going, okay, 4 quarters, ready, break, cover 2, ready, break. You know what I'm saying? Like it's complex, and that's all I'm saying there. Now, Kyle McCord, I think he sees the field very well. I think he has all the traits that you want to look for in a quarterback. And look, I can't argue it. And one thing is, I mean, his football intelligence, I think, is good. His being resilient, his resilience, right? If that's ever a trait, I think is great, because to throw 5 interceptions in one game and to come back the next week and throw 5 touchdowns and lead that team and finish up the season he did with Syracuse, if that doesn't say a lot about his character, I don't know what does. All right, I just don't know what does. I don't know what you can say after that. But I'm gonna keep it moving on the next.